Now recording.
So, all right, here's the thing, right? I saw Nicholas Diorio's tweet, and he said somebody needs to go live, and I'm like, oh, okay, we'll do it. And then we're getting ready to go live, and then he gets Bo Blacks to go live. And then I see a tweet that says Doc on the Radio is going live with Just Stop to interview. So I'm like, what? So you guys didn't want to go live like an hour ago, but now everybody's like scrambling because this is the new drama. Anyways, Mitch, you're an animated guy, right?
Yeah, I was in the animation. Well, I wasn't really in the animation community like 5 years ago. I was kind of like circling, but then I kind of stopped circling because I was like, I'm getting a bit too old for this shit. Because these are all like high schoolers. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna move on. But yeah, it's been a hot minute since we had some good old animation drama. Right.
Yeah. All right. So, I got this right here. I got the video up right here. So, so LS Mark. Yeah, LS Mark is a friend of Bo Blacks, I believe. They played Sonic together. Just Stop is one of the guys that went to VidCon with everybody, and apparently, I think he's the guy that didn't pay anybody. Like, he went to an IHOP and just ordered food and then just left someone with the bill. I think he left Ackman with the bill, if I remember correctly. So apparently what's going on is LS Mark is dating this girl named Veronica, and they're married now.
Yeah.
And Just Stop claims that she's been cheating on him, and he's decided to put that out in the open. So, and I have the video right here, and we can just do a live reaction to it. Mitch, keep an eye on the chat for me because I gotta play this video because we're all right. First, I want to know.
Any longer? Yeah, that's basically.
How does that sound?
To me, it's a bit quiet, and I don't know why. Because
do you have me turned up? Do you have my screen share turned up?
Oh, that's a thing.
Yes.
Oh,
right click the screen share.
I got it. Yep.
All right. Try. All right. Test again.
Current situation. Yeah, I'm not going to waste your time beating around the bush.
All right, chat. How does that sound? One in the chat if it sounds good.
Oh, of course, I'm only on one fucking channel. This.
Are they putting in ones?
I should be good now.
Are they putting in ones, Mitch?
Yeah, they're putting ones.
All right, guys. Make sure you got to keep an eye on the Streamlabs as well, just in case someone donates. All right, I'm gonna play now.
Have you ever been put into a situation where you weren't quite sure whether or not you should reveal a piece of information, fearing the consequences, but then it just kept getting worse to the point you couldn't keep your mouth shut any longer? Yeah, that's basically the current situation, and I'm not going to waste your time beating around the bush. This script's been rewritten too many times for me to ease you in slowly, so here we go. LS Mark is a...
So yeah, did you see how big that fucking script was?
Yeah.
Time beating around the bush. This script's...
Look at this. Look at this. Holy shit. Look how gay this is.
In the script?
For me to...
Bro, look how gay this. He wrote this fucking gay ass little script about LS Mark getting cheated on. What a F slur. All right.
Ease you in slowly, so here we go. LS Mark is a 20-year-old Irish cartoon reviewer who, since late 2020, according to him, has been friends with a 28-year-old American former Oni Plays collaborator, Veronica Gilardo, whom he currently runs a podcast with when she isn't working on Twitch or an NSFW Patreon. But that's all information you may have already been made aware of, had you followed one or the other on social media. What you probably don't know is that, again, according to Mark, the two have been dating...
So look at her. Look at him. Keep this in note. Her, him. Her, him. Okay, I just want to make that clear.
This is your whole argument for why he should stick by her, is it?
Yeah. Yes.
So she could like get railed like that cop lady, and he should still stick by her.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes. Ladies, you can do whatever you want to Matt Pitt, so long as you are hot as fuck.
Oh, okay. All right. What's going on with it? All right. Where am I at? All right.
For around a year, and since autumn of 2022, the duo have been married, which could lead you to ask me, Braxton, why should I care? What's the point in bringing that up? And well, to put it bluntly, I tried handling what I'm about to discuss with Mark privately, but discovered there have been several others who've done the same, yet he seemingly has just brushed them off. It's not him who's done anything worthy of call-out, though, it's Veronica and the group she's created around him who are at fault. And what might those actions include, you may ask? Well, how about a relationship that's been kept secret from the public involving lies, dumping and getting back together in short bursts, cheating, alienation from friends, shit-talking, the loss of opportunities to be friends with others, manipulation, manipulation, forced dependency, and more. But that's a lot of bombshells to explain all at once. So to keep it all organized in this video, I'm going to set up a basic timeline of events based on the testimony and evidence of several people I've interviewed or researched into, which, if stated as much, were later confirmed by Mark himself. And it all goes back to Christmas Day of 2021, when Daft Pina and Crowy, two friends of Mark, wanted to talk to him about—
Daft Pina, isn't that the guy that talks really weird?
Yeah, he reviews art channels and tells them why they suck and why they
he has like a... He's got like the... Doesn't he have like a weird way he says things? Like, and then...
Yeah, and then...
Go over there. And then they talk this way. He's kind of like Chills, but worse.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like Sheldon, but more disabled. I don't know.
About Veronica. Or rather, more specifically, they brought him into a Discord call on the night of, where they warned about the duo of Veronica and another former Oni Plays collaborator, Sunny TM, due to a series of behaviors they perceived as toxic, but we'll go further on that when the time comes. All you need to know for now is that, in this particular instance, Mark would brush off the two's concerns, believing it to be unfounded, so Crowy and Daft dropped the subject and chose to avoid the duo regardless, whether or not they could convince Mark to do the same. But what Daft and Crowy weren't aware of at the time was that Mark and Veronica had already begun dating, and during the period surrounding the check-in, Mark had—
Yeah, I was about to say, again.
Him.
already been dumped after 3 or so months together. You see, Veronica had switched over right after leaving him to dating another creator who wants to remain anonymous, which has been confirmed by both the creator and Mark themselves.
All right. I'll get into it when we get into it. Hold on. But yeah, something about that anonymous creator. Yeah, he's not anonymous anymore thanks to our friend Just Stop over here.
But what really makes this stand out in the timeline isn't just that it happened, it's that the switch only lasted a month before Veronica dumped the other creator and asked Mark to take her back, which he happily did, as he was supposedly, according to friends around him at the time, in a drunken stupor, randomly just breaking down crying during the breakup. Though that's not to say they were completely separated during the period, as Mark actually used the recording booth of the other creator during their time split up. Yes, really, no exaggeration. Originally, I wasn't too sure if this was the case, as Mark claimed it lasted from 2 to 3 weeks between December and January, but thanks to Smokey, who I'll bring up again later on—
Smokey?
I've heard of her, yeah. I'm
okay,
like friends with friends of hers.
Because she's like friends with like Bad Cripple and Young Crip and all those guys, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the exact friend I was thinking about.
I follow her on Twitter, but I've had her muted for like a year because she used to post like really weird art, and I was just like, I'm just gonna mute. But
I was able to find the exact times Veronica left and came back to Mark, which also shows when she was dating the other creator. For evidence on when it started, in a DM with the other creator right after the dumping happened, Smokey mentioned—
So, hey hun, can we have a call in the morning? Something came up and I'm having some trouble sleeping thinking about it. Haha. I guess I can just lay it out here. I can't really sleep on this. So, Veronica came by tonight and dropped a bomb on me. She had picked Mark up from LAX and he talked about them one more time. She told him she wasn't in love with him. She told Mark she was actually in love with you.
Mentions her knowledge of the situation on November 27th, and in a DM to another friend on January 4th, she tells a mutual that
crap.
V and the other creator broke up, which said—
I don't have the fucking donos up. I didn't even think about donos.
Mitch, I said watch your Streamlabs.
I'm loading my Streamlabs now. So okay. I apologize. I will read out that thing.
Do you have the alert? Are we getting alerts?
No, that's what I mean. I didn't even think about donos. I was just thinking about getting the stream up.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoops,
all right. So these say
showed off all my shit.
What?
Nothing. Keep going. Everything's fine.
Really sad for blank though. Don't know if you heard. Wait, what happened? Don't tell me something happened to the dog. No. For fuck's sake. Veronica broke up with him. What? Yup. What the fuck is wrong with her? Yeah. When she told me about blank initially, I love you to her. I think she was expecting me to be shocked and sorry for her. But nope, my response was good. That's like winning the suitor lottery. Ha, tell me about it. Man, what the fuck is she doing?
Creator was willing to confirm was true. And when was Mark's Family Guy video released? December 18th, right in the middle of the breakup. He literally used the recording studio of the person his girlfriend dumped him for. And there are pictures of them hanging out IRL that are dated after the breakup happened. Closely at that too. I'm talking just over a week. But why would he do that? My best guess? A need for dependency. In the short time they'd been together, he became so emotionally attached to the whole thing, he pretty much spent a month waiting and hoping she'd come back.
For one of my last days in LA, at Veronica and Jelly and I tried to make the magic muffin from Fairly Odd Parents.
Tim. And at
What's up? Who's here?
Hello?
How's it going?
You couldn't wait 10 minutes, could you?
Well, no, we're in competition right now, Beavers.
I know we are, and you're losing.
Yeah.
Matt L.
No shit.
Shut up,
recording L. You're with us. You're with us.
Nah. Okay, I'm leaving.
All right, I'm gonna play that donation that JFA just did. He said, "Hey homos, want to rate my dick?"
Okay, thank you.
Mitch will.
Thanks.
Even more insult to injury, the creator stated that during a Christmas party he went to with Veronica's family, they were also weirded out by her dating someone so much younger than her, supposedly calling Mark an autistic child and being thankful that she was now with a real man. Also, according to the creator, Veronica shit-talked Mark while they were apart, saying he was untalented, couldn't draw, and that his personal pilot project wouldn't go anywhere. Of course, this is stuff that can't be substantiated, so it should be taken with a grain of salt, but the creator has no reason to lie, and they've given a heap of evidence all the way, so I have reason to trust them. Though it should also be noted that when I, Daft, and Crory relayed this information to him in a call that I'll discuss later, he said he didn't want to hear what specifically it was that she said, meaning he was willing to ignore what she may truly feel about him, possibly to protect an image of her he's created in his head. But as stated, they got back to...
This is very gay. This is like, he's like creating narratives for LS Mark, basically. And trying to twist things to make LS Mark look like shit. When in reality, the girlfriend, the wife, whatever you want to call her, she looks like shit, sure. But like, that's his prerogative if he wants to stick with her. And it shouldn't be this guy's agenda, you know? And this is like, how old is Just Stop? What is he, like 20 something? I don't know. This is
together after a month. Why Veronica left Mark so she could immediately go to the creator, still hanging around and supposedly shit-talking him, before then deciding to return to Mark of her own accord is up to interpretation. I surely don't know. Whether it was a spur-of-the-moment decision showing she didn't value Mark as a partner, or it was a calculated move to show she holds the power in the relationship is what I personally believe, but that's not even close to where the bad shit ends. Doing it quickly...
For context, LS Mark is like 20 years old. The girl's 28. She's way more attractive than him. He's probably think he's hit the lottery with her, right? So he's probably going to give her a lot of leeway. And she, you know, she's a fucking girl in her late 20s who's probably ruined a lot of males' lives in the past. And she's probably stomping on his heart day by day. But it shouldn't be this guy's fucking business, in my opinion.
Yeah, what's his
for the
connection
timeline here for clarity?
I guess he's like mutual friends with these guys. I guess he's a part of the group. I don't. He's getting clout off this. He's making content. He's taking advantage of it. That's what he's doing. He's taking advantage of like internal drama.
Hey, thank you for the $1 chat. Says that writing is way too small. Says Matt L. Oh, okay. I was probably better off not reading that.
Why is it my L?
What did I do wrong? This is more my L than Matt's.
I went live.
Matt
live.
Matt
What?
L.
Beaver's L. Okay, buddy. You're just jealous because you're just mad because we didn't wait for
Matt
you.
L.
Okay, whatever. Look,
Could have waited
it was
10
time.
minutes.
Could have waited 10 minutes. No, I was trying to get the early, get the
Matt's
jump
a content
on.
dude, all right? He likes to get it out there as quick as possible.
Yeah.
After Twitter user and former friend of Veronica, Smoke the Show, aka Smokey, created a call-out post of her on November 15th.
I'm not reading that.
Which tipped me and several others off to this situation in the first place. She also stated in a follow-up tweet the next day, quote, "As to what you're referring to specifically with her husband, I was the one who informed him of what she did when she did it February 26th of this year. But what happened on that date exactly? Well, Mark was cheated on. However, he didn't figure out as much until days later, as can be indicated by the fact that on the same day it happened, Mark released a video on Camp Coral, which Veronica did thumbnail art and he explicitly thanked her for. So it should probably be evident he didn't know then, and they also interacted amicably on the 28th of February as well. I'm not entirely sure by which means he did eventually figure out that the event had happened, but whenever he did, on March 6th, Mark would go on to tell Smokey about his situation in DM. Eventually figure out that the event had happened, but whenever he did, on March...
She cheated. Holy fuck, dude, I'm so fucking sorry. Don't be. I just wanted an answer, and I'm glad I have gotten it. I'm not in any kind of mess over it. Like I said, I ended things a few days ago, so I'm just emotions distance from the whole thing.
6, Mark would go on to tell Smokey about his situation in DMs. Hey, Editing Braxton here for some added clarity. The DMs between Mark and Smokey I'm about to show you indicate that she was surprised by Veronica cheating, despite saying she told Mark earlier on in that reply. This is because Smokey was informed it may have happened by a...
This guy speaks like all the commentary channels that have the fucking... Have you ever noticed that they all speak the same? It's very weird.
They have like that commentary voice, you mean?
Yeah, that commentary, it's all same. They all speak the same. Whenever I see a commentator with a anime, it's almost like they speak the same way that their character would show up. You know, like when their characters change?
Yeah.
Like, it goes from, to, oh, you know, that kind of change.
Yeah.
They speak like that as well. When you listen to it, that's how they speak. They speak like a 2D character.
They're like wannabe voice actors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful. Anyway, continue.
And after I sent it, one of the best... I'm not reading all this.
Read it,
we
man.
got to the event occurred.
I don't want to... Dude, why...
He'd be the
why
first
doesn't he
person
read
to
this
read
shit?
it. Nobody
read
is
it.
reading it.
Can I
Read
ask
it.
you something? She's still dating that guy, Mark. And after I sent it, one of her best friends and Mark reached out to me, basically confirming I'm right. Mark's on the brink of breaking up with her because she's still flip-flopping, being indecisive, selfish, not knowing what she wants. They're on a we need time breakup where he asking because she was at blank and she was in Joe's room most of the night. Oop, he's trying to see if she's actually going to break cycles and work on herself to continue to be codependent. When was this, if you don't mind me asking? Even if it was a one-night stand, even if this was a one-night stand thing, blank, my friend and I don't think it's okay to mess with his feelings like that and use him as a rebound. Oh, wait, like that? Oh, huh? I don't think blank would do that, though. Please don't tell the guys I told you. It just makes me uncomfortable. No, of course, don't worry. That's so bizarre. I don't know. She was in this room most of the night.
Well, they were talking about the couple's codependency issues, funnily enough. Smokey didn't know for sure at the time, so she relayed the info to...
Cora wrote
Who
something
in the community?
chat.
What?
He said, Doc is interviewing, just stop or watching a video interview from previous day.
Yeah, no, who cares? We're watching this.
All right.
Cora's being a dick.
All right.
Sonny, as he was closer with Mark, who presumably relayed to him, and then Mark would go on to confirm it to Smokey. So that's basically why her statement and this interaction can make sense at the same time. It's confusing, I know. Stating that he received a letter from Veronica, in which he said how sorry she was, that it was a result of a drinking problem, and that he was the best thing to have ever happened to her. However, Mark doesn't seem to be fazed by the letter and actively brushes it off, stating that she's the cheating type, having done the same to Chris, aka Oni, and another person she dated named Nathan. And beyond that, after Smokey voices the concern that, having seen this occur, she may have never really known who Veronica was to begin with, Mark agrees, stating, yeah, I felt the same way of not knowing what was real and what wasn't. Which, you'd think would be the point where he stopped interacting with her entirely, at least for a while, but no. According to him, though he wasn't too specific, he said that after this event, she and him spent time apart, hung out as friends, then got back together, constantly mentioning how she was, quote, getting better, despite us never directly asking about it. But looking at Twitter as a source of how true that statement might be, they shared an image together only 3 weeks after the DM.
Had lunch was Mark DeCarlo, the voice of Hugh Neutron, the buffalo of the... What? Second episode of our podcast. The first episode will be out soon, I promise, lol. Again, look at her, look at him.
She's not that hot.
But she's better looking than him. Would you
Fuck
agree?
your picky beavers.
Yes. What do you mean, Mitch? She's not a stunner.
Yeah, but she's not ugly.
No, I never said she was ugly. He's not ugly either. He's not good looking, but he looks normal.
Yeah, but she objectively looks better than him.
Yes.
Yeah,
but she's not that hot either.
Don't think that's the... Anyway, go on.
Having interviewed the voice of Hugh Neutron, Mark DeCarlo. Then 3 days after that, they interviewed Jeff Kinney, and Mark clarified that they flew all the way to Boston, Massachusetts to do it. Could have easily had a call of some kind, but hey, why not go to the effort for someone who cheated on you a month prior? He then flew back and stayed in LA until around April 1st, when he came back to his home country to watch Sonic 2 early. But you want to guess who he had as a travel companion? Yep, Veronica went to Ireland with Mark for over a month and a half, and this is backed up by the series of tweets the two made during that period. April 8th, she acknowledges she saw Sonic 2 for the second time, the first time being with Mark on April 1st. April 14th, she mentions that she misses her dogs from being in Ireland. April 30th, she says she got COVID and has to stay in Ireland longer. May 14th, she says she's back with her dogs in America. They spent a month and a half together in Mark's home country after having hung out and done interviews for over a week, only 3 weeks after the DM where Mark said he didn't know who she was as a person or trust her. But it does confer with my previous theory, that no matter what Veronica does, she either finds a way to pull Mark back in quickly, even after he seemingly
I see what
already...
you mean now, Beavers, with the voice.
Right?
Yeah. This guy wants to be a voice actor for an anime show or something.
Yeah,
they all do.
Exactly like their character. It's all of them across the board.
The community is so
cookie
weird.
cutter.
Like they talk shit about us, right, with the Salvo stuff and how degenerate we are and blah blah blah. They're always the ones that are always like looking into like, oh, this person's a pedophile, that person's a pedophile. They're always in like these fucking voice chats, like gossiping and shit. They're just as worse as we are. Yeah, they're douchebags, bro. They're just a bunch of douchebags.
He made up his mind, or Mark has now gotten such a dependent attachment to her, he can't go for long periods without being together, as can be shown not only by all this traveling the two did together, but how much is still yet to come. A month after Veronica returned to LA on June 18th,
he
Mark
down
was back in
bad.
California.
He down bad. What's the story?
That's the story.
He just down bad.
Wait, he's not down bad anymore because he's with her. But like, I don't know.
Like, if those DMs were from March, has he been researching this like all year? Is this like his big project of 2022?
I think so.
Exposing a relationship hiccup?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Quality.
California with a group of friends, including her. And fun fact, the week after he got there, I actually met up with him briefly at VidCon, which was where I first came.
Yeah, this is the VidCon where... The recent VidCon, that's Mango right there. I think either this guy or is Just Stop. I don't know who this is, and that's is that Technicals? Is that I can't tell. And that's the rat dude. Is that I don't know who that is.
Oh, the rat dude that hangs out with Ricky Berwick.
Yeah. Is that the rat? Is that the rat dude as well? Like, because he's holding that. That kind of looked like Technicals for a second, but I don't think it is. All right.
Been a contact with she who must not be
I don't know.
named. Though that's a story and aftermath for another time. I don't want to make this about me. And in comparison to everything else, it would sound pretty stupid, so yeah. But anyway, July 12th, they travel somewhere for her birthday and stay at a hotel for over a week, back to LA. Then in mid-August, they go to Washington, D.C. with Sunny for another week, and this is around the time they got married, so possibly a honeymoon thing, I don't know. According to Mark, they haven't had a formal ceremony yet, so it could have happened right after or before, but whatever. Following this, on the 21st of August, they show they're in an airport in Dallas on a connecting flight back to California.
Yeah, that shows it. Go back. Just a little bit. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're talking about, Matt. Oh, fuck you, useless Mitch.
What?
You are so useless.
What's going on?
What?
Move forward a little bit. Move forward a little bit.
I'm doing it.
Matt's the one doing it, not me. What the fuck have I done?
That image right there speaks volumes.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at her. And look at him. Her, him. Her, him. Gee, I wonder why he's still with her. I have no idea.
He's probably like, everybody's telling him, this woman's such a piece of shit for you and everything. And he's like, okay, but me, her.
Yeah,
me,
but
her.
yeah. He's just like, have you seen what she looks like? Okay, look at me. Look at her. All right.
Yeah, but
after or
I know what I'm
whatever.
getting into.
Following this,
exactly. Yeah, she's gonna break his heart a couple times, but he's gonna stick with it because look at her.
He's planning on putting a baby inside of that thing and locking it down.
Yeah, once he gets her pregnant, she can't cheat, bro. So there you go.
What? She can't. She just can't get pregnant to anyone else while she's pregnant.
He'll have her locked down for 9 months. No, she'll be distracted. She'll be all right.
What? What? Fumbling with her tummy, like, yay! Pregnant.
Also, by the way, there is something to be said about there are certain men in the world, right? I think Mitch is one of these personally.
Oh fuck!
But there are certain men in the world that do like to be a woman's bitch, right? They do actually find enjoyment out of that, like being told what to do, where to go.
He kind of has that look, doesn't he? He plays Sonic too, so yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that's something to keep in mind. That's something to keep in mind. There are people like that.
For sure.
in an airport in Dallas on a connecting flight back to California, and presumably that's where they currently reside to this day. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, that's a lot of traveling and a lot of money spent on someone who, not too long ago, in the same year, cheated on Mark and didn't have the decency to tell him face-to-face rather than using a letter. So him having this quick of a 180, as mentioned, is kind of scary, and to me, either seems manipulative on Veronica's part or desperate on Mark's. They barely had the time to be apart from one another for 3 weeks before she reinserted herself deeply into his life. If he
this guy doesn't get laid.
Her back on his own. And then for the next 5 to 6 months, they were constantly traveling from place to place, only having a reprieve from each other from
This guy's like that third wheel that gets way too obsessed in the couple. You know what I mean? It's always like in the middle of things and being like, no, you got to talk. No, he shouldn't be cheating on you. No. Like, he's like following them around, trying to like, you know, and then she's like cheating on him. So he's like, I gotta get my friend back. And then he's not wanting to get back. So he's now mad and jealous that he's happy. I don't know. And
but the two of them are still together, right?
Yeah. So yeah, he's trying.
Well, then why the fuck is he making this video, dude?
Because that's the thing. No, that's the thing. That's the thing. He wants them to break up. He's trying to expose Mark as this guy who's sticking with her. He's using guilt by association, I think, and it's not working at all, in my opinion.
13th to June 18th or so. Plus, we've got to take into account that Mark was also working on his pilot, his main channel, second channel, and his podcast with Veronica. So mix that all together alongside him traveling with her so often, it's like he never had a moment to think about their relationship and the negatives of what she did before moving on. And reminder here, whilst the series of traveling escapades was still occurring, they got married. Man, saying that out loud still doesn't feel right. I mean, like, what? They got married only 8 or so months after that.
He was working hard. He was working hard on his shit, and he was getting puss, and he was very happy with that arrangement.
Yeah. And he's like, you know what?
Think it over. He didn't have time to think it over.
I'm gonna wipe this girl up. He's like, I'm gonna wipe this girl up, and I'm gonna lock it down.
They broke up and got back together 5 or so months after he was cheated on and stated he didn't know who she was, amidst a myriad of trips across the country/world, in between a series of incredibly lengthy videos that Mark had to put his attention towards. And they didn't even wait, they just got married without a formal ceremony they're still currently planning to happen. What's the rush? And more importantly, who in their right mind would consider that a good idea? It's got "don't do this" written all over it. But also at the same time, it's equally peculiar. Why would the two hide their relationship to begin with? It's not like they're subtle about how often they hang out together, yet they never mention their relationship status anywhere. And
Some
in a
people
recent
are just
tweet, Veronica
private.
states that among her accomplishments this year,
Yeah, they're private. Yeah. Sobriety and fellowship, eliminating negative people, places, and things. Made more art and got a new job. Created strong and genuine friendships. Have shared my. Wait, is he going to say that he didn't mention her in this? She didn't mention him in this tweet. Therefore, she doesn't care about him.
Yeah, that's.
she moved out and up with somebody I love.
Moved out and up with somebody I love. Okay.
Instead of explicitly mentioning Mark.
Yeah, no. That's what he's doing.
Oh my
He's saying,
god! Oh.
Yeah, he didn't mention Mark in this. She didn't mention Mark in this tweet. Therefore, she's not in love with him. This is bad.
Why would she feel the need to omit his name? She doesn't even need to say that they're married or dating to give out this information, just that they've moved in together. Not that it's weird or super personally revealing to be upfront that they're married to begin with. Shouldn't that be something you're happy to announce to the world, that you're so in love with someone you've decided to make the next big step and have gone forward with a matrimonial commitment? Though I guess it would be weird to marry someone who has to get you your alcohol for you since you're legally not old enough to buy it yourself.
Wait, what? Go back. Here we go. Hold on.
Something you're happy to announce to the world, that you're so in love with someone you've decided to make the next big step and have gone forward with a matrimonial commitment? Though I guess it would be weird to marry someone who has to get you your alcohol for you since you're legally not old enough to buy it yourself in their home country. But putting that aside, hearing that this might be the case.
Oh my god. He's 20 years old, therefore.
Was the final nail in the coffin to make me investigate, seeing as, with all the other information I've just said, them being married would make no sense, at least on the basis that you want to get married to someone you're in a happy, uncompromised, long-lasting relationship with. And if they were married, it would make even less sense that they'd choose to hide it for no particular reason when they're so closely related to each other publicly. So I started asking around to those who might have more information on the story, and I accrued a vast array of testimony plus evidence from a long list of
But like, So, has this guy never heard, like, okay, maybe they shouldn't get married, right? Maybe they shouldn't. They've only known each other for, they probably shouldn't, right? Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But like, why is that? People do that all the time in real life.
Why is it his business?
That's what being young is about. You make dumb mistakes, right?
I knew girls that were fucking 19 that ended up marrying like a fucking 26-year-old, 28-year-old guy. And then, yeah, it didn't work out too great. You know what I mean? But that shit happens.
Yeah.
It's not my business.
Nope. No, it is not.
People previously involved in Mark and Veronica's past that, while seemingly small when viewed separately, came together to reveal a ton of patterns. One of those being that Veronica has a weird relationship with the people she considers friends, often stepping on or shit-talking them when she sees fit to make herself look better, often bringing down Mark's relationship with them in the process. Circling back to Smokey's post, it seems that whatever happened between her and Veronica, the latter wanted to apologize and move forward. However, according to Smokey, it had turned out that Veronica was still shit-talking her to other people, giving mixed messages regarding their supposed friendship. And I wouldn't doubt this is the case, as when I spoke to a more neutral party/current friend of Veronica who I showed the post to and knew nothing about this, they told me that Veronica called her a stalker who wasn't to be trusted, despite the fact that in reality, they were close friends for around half a year, as is backed up through social media.
Yeah, it's two girls fighting. That's what happens. One girl gets mad at the other girl, therefore that girl's a stalker, that girl's a bitch, that girl's a cunt, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
aside from Smokey herself, she also...
Is Just Stop, is he friends with LS Mark, or is he just like an outsider? Like, is he friends with him?
I think he was friends with LS Mark, yeah. I mean, YouTuber friends are not, I don't know, like, YouTuber friends aren't really close, they just think they're close, right?
Mm.
That's how I've always kind of seen it, like, oh, this is my close friend, but in reality, they're not that close. Like, they don't really know each other.
Mm.
You know, that's what I would think, you know?
Chat donated $1, says, this video is schizo. I think Mango gave him so much schizophrenia when they dated. But, yeah, Rum in the chat said...
This guy dated Mango?
Wait, what? Did he date? Did he... Fuck, what's his pronouns? God damn it.
Oh, Matt, no,
right?
Don't fuck it up. Just say...
Mango's a guy, right? So Mango dated Just Stop? Is that true?
I'm too scared now to speak.
Aw, motherfucker, you can't talk on anybody's relationships if you dated fucking Mango, bro.
No, not at all.
What was Mango's thing again? Remind me, that name rings a bell.
They went to a trip, to the VidCon trip. with a guy named Electric Blake and spent like $6,000 of his money, and it turned into this whole little drama. And then eventually he tried to cancel.
Man. Yeah, she conned an autistic man out of his money.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
States that she's heard the testimonial of several other people who've been affected by Veronica in the same way, and while they might not be willing to speak up for whatever reason, which I can totally understand, there is proof to show that she partakes in this behavior, which I can demonstrate. First, looking to Daft Pina for a situation, here's a DM conversation where, when confronted about shit talk...
This is good to hear, however, I saw you unfriended me on... Oh my god. It was only upon my notice that you had deleted all previous messages. I couldn't help but think, I suppose we aren't pals, so I figure I'd take myself out of the equation. Yes, a few friends spoke to me and told me about how you were talking about me behind my back, citing our conversations in specific detail, making fun of me, but I was also told I wasn't the only person you've done this to. How peculiar. I take it if you spoke to the people I no longer associate with, who I must say indulge in this as well as took part, I won't deny anything. Although we've only had one conversation, which was a politically fueled one, you more or less incited. I found it very inappropriate and unprofessional, especially considering I hardly knew you.
Daft behind his back, she admits to it backhandedly, but rather than apologizing, tries to deflect the blame by shifting to discussing another friend of his, Beta's Inferno, who apparently shit-talked him before the two knew each other. Hey, editing Braxton here again for some more clarity. In the screenshot of Veronica talking to Daft, she mentions they had a politically fueled conversation that was inappropriate and unprofessional, which she most likely said because Daft deleted their Discord messages, so he couldn't back it up if she just said shit, but he actually archived them before doing that, including the conversation, so if you want to look at it, there's a link in the description, but really it's just an average political convo. However, in it, Veronica never says
Daft Pina got into a politically charged conversation and archived it himself, just like being like, hey, I'm going to archive this just in case this comes back. That's interesting.
But also it's like what he's trying to do now, right, is when he originally shot this, he tried to make it sound like the bitch might be schizo, but he tried to make it sound like the woman admits, yeah, I spoke behind your back, what of it, right? But then in editing, he's noticed, oh, it looks bad that because I was thinking that when he said that, but they were having a political conversation. Of course, you can quote something like that, right?
Yeah.
But now he's going back and he's saying, well, they did have a political conversation, but in my opinion, it wasn't as charged, right? So he's trying to
not only that, he's got the Daft Pina guy's got archives of it. So
what I'm saying is, not speaking to the Daft Pina person, I'm talking about his intentions here, right? He's gone after the fact, right? After he recorded this and tried to get it, he's listened back to this while he was editing. He's now said, oh, fuck, it looks kind of weird that I just skipped over that bit about the political conversation part, and that's why they were talking about it. And now what he's doing is he's saying, well, they did have a political conversation, but it wasn't too charged. But like, you don't get to determine what somebody considers as a charged political conversation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, different people see those things differently.
Anything he mentioned was bad or out of line, despite having ample opportunity to over their regular chat. So I guess we can add gaslighting to her list. Also, she doesn't explicitly mention Beta in the screenshot, but it was implied to both of them, and Mark is going to bring her up specifically to say the exact same thing.
Are you guys still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Later on, so yeah, that's how I accidentally mixed that up.
Weirdo.
So just be aware that even if she considers you a friend, she may shit-talk you. And if you decide to shit-talk someone else alongside her, she might throw you under the bus to avoid blame for her own actions. But don't go thinking that stops at friendships. There are plenty of moments where she'll publicly shit-talk her past relationships to her Twitch audience, saying they suck, including Oni, who, reminder here, Mark confirmed she cheated on. And that means that if Mark and Veronica ever break up, she'll almost definitely shit-talk him the same way she supposedly did in private to the unnamed creator. But anyway, with all this information, testimony, evidence, and so on to sort through, I knew I had to do something with it. So, seeing as I felt this needed to be created for multiple reasons, whether he listened to me or not, I decided to try confronting Mark himself about all of this in the hopes he might listen, though I wasn't too optimistic he would, knowing what I've explained already and how he's shut people out. But I couldn't just go in half-cocked without a plan, that wouldn't work at all. Plus, I'm admittedly a bit timid when it comes to head-to-head confrontations. I haven't been in
that's gay. That's really gay.
Commentary for a long-ass time, and I plan to not stay in it after this video is out, so I decided to call on Daft and Crow.
I plan on staying. Not saying, I'm just dropping my video and I'm getting out of there, guys. Well, not really, because he's going to be on Doc on the Radio. He's on Doc on the Radio right now, so.
Who've had previous instances attempting to talk to Mark about these issues.
Watching. The fuck's wrong with you?
But he will be here very shortly. Maybe. We don't know. Probably not.
Perhaps. Who knows?
Mayhaps.
And created a list of questions I wanted to ask, seeing how he responded to check if he would be truthful with us, and as I've mentioned already, in some cases, he was...
So what this guy, he's spoken a lot, right? But what this guy has essentially said is, I have these problems that I've seen with all of this, in this relationship and, you know, the interaction between the two of them. And now he said, I wanted to go have a conversation with this person. And if that conversation didn't go the way that I wanted it to go, I was going to release this video.
Yeah.
That's like me going, let's say I have a friend who's a druggie, right? And I go and speak to my druggie friend. I'm like, man, you got to get off the smack, bro. You really got to get off the smack. And he's like, fuck you. I don't want to listen to you, blah, 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 blah. And then I go and I make a YouTube video exposing him for being a crack addict.
Thank you for the $1, JFA.
What did JFA say?
I don't know if you want to know.
What?
He said, later, homos. Doc on the radio is on.
Yeah, thank you, JFA.
Yeah.
Thanks, JFA.
He's not going anywhere.
But that's where all the times when I say Mark is confirmed come from, because it was affirmed to us in the call, one which I brought Mark into under the guise of helping me with my Hell of a Boss video. This was done for the reason that, in the case where someone's in a potentially abusive relationship, straight up saying, I think you're in an emotionally manipulative relationship with a toxic person, let's talk about it, it's probably going to scare the person off immediately. So I didn't want to take the chance and instead chose to put Mark in a headspace where he'd come in.
So, blah, 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 I tried to put him in the headspace, blah, 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 blah. You lied to the man in order to get him to have a conversation with you, which he potentially did not want to have with you.
Yeah.
You lied. You manipulated your friend. That is what you did. Continue.
Alone and calmly, though that wouldn't be the same for long. We started the call by stating that it wasn't about Hell of a Boss, but instead we were performing a recorded checkup on how he's doing, to which Mark said he was uncomfortable with us doing so, clearly paranoid about the whole aspect, and so we complied, taking detailed notes instead. The call went on.
Wait, let me hear that again.
Comfortable with us doing so, clearly paranoid about the whole aspect, and so we complied, taking detailed notes instead.
Bruh, I get into a fucking voice call with you, and you say to me, hey, we just want to have a quick call with you. By the way, we are going to record this. And especially if he's a big YouTuber, he's like, excuse you? Why?
So I just imagine them like in the call just scribbling down notes. It's like, LS Mark said this at this point, and then this happened, and this happened.
So good.
The call went on for over an hour, and much of it covers what's already been stated, though, so instead of going in chronological order, as there'd be a ton of repetition, I'll group it by sections I believe are important and leave it at that. Starting with what was asked about the marriage, we initially acted oblivious to whether or not it was the case, and asked Mark straight up if he was, to which he responded by saying, why do I need to tell you? Openly pissed off and wanting to avoid the subject. Then later on...
Yeah, why does he have to tell you? Why does he have to tell you?
Yeah.
And we already knew, to which he replied, well then why would you ask the question? Obviously not keying into the fact that we asked him to see if he would lie about it, and near the end of the call, as the tension was winding down, Mark told Daft in particular that he would have said they were married if he was asked, basically attempting to gaslight us as though the last few interactions didn't happen at all. And this is something that will continue to occur occasionally as the call goes on, such as further down in the discussion of the relationship, where we ask why he decided to get back with Veronica so soon after the cheating, which he confirmed once again to us along with the split, but because he thought we didn't have to...
Why does this man feel that he is so entitled to this other guy's personal life? I don't understand it.
Why does any Discordian feel the same way about their creators? I mean, let's be honest. There's a lot of people on the internet who are like, I'm entitled to talk to you and have a conversation with you. It's that weird...
Yeah, but these are YouTubers,
mentality.
though. Like, it's
that
like...
doesn't mean anything. They're still internet people at the end of the day.
You know, and why are psychopaths so good at amassing a huge audience? I'm not saying let's stop as a psychopath. I'm just
Can't these retards just be happy they're making money on YouTube?
No, but it's just so weird to me. It's like, let's say I suspected that Mitch was married, right?
Yeah.
And I go to Mitch and I say, hey, bro, you married? And he says, nah. Or he says, well, that's none of your business. I drop it right there. It's none of my business.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
No, you go make a 30-minute video essay.
Why should the LS Mark have to explain anything to these guys? I don't know. Wait until you get to this part. This
Well,
part's really interesting.
Rum said there. I mean, imagine if you're concerned about a friend being in an abusive relationship, you'd want to try and say something, but also it's a bit weird to expose it online. But it's not just about exposing it online, right? It's after you have gone and you've spoken to them, right? And you've had they didn't. They went and then they tried to manipulate him into a call with them under false pretense. But let's say you go and you have an open and honest conversation with your friend about his spouse or whatever. That's it. You've done your due diligence. There's nothing else you can do. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think he really is concerned, because if he was, like, truly, why would he drop a video and, like, blow it up even further?
Well, I'll tell you what. If he was in an abusive relationship before, this ain't gonna help.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's gonna, like, walk out with a black eye.
Well, no, like, whoever takes the L, her or him, right, in the situation. If she takes the L on this, and he's married to her, right? She's gonna be like, you fucking piece of shit. Your friends fucked everything up for me, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Definitive dates at the time, he lied and tried to claim that the split lasted for shorter than it did, about 2 to 3 weeks. And when it came to the cheating aftermath, he nondescriptively said that they spent time apart, hung out again as friends, then decided to date again when he saw she was improving. But
By the
reminder
way,
here,
that happens all the time. Someone gets cheated
Yes.
on, they break up, they spend time apart, they start talking again, and there's like a decision of, we're different now, so we can try again.
Even if you go watch, even if you go talk to some married people, they'll say that they split up for a couple of weeks or whatever when they were dating.
Yeah,
it's very common.
It is really common for people to break up, get back together, and over again. It's not good. I mean,
no, it's not. But I mean, it's none of our business. It's none of your business either, right?
But it's like because it's like you see something special in that person, right? Like there's an aspect of them that you like, right? Or something like that, and there's just these other things, and then when it looks like they've got their other things in control or whatever, then you jump back in. And,
Is that
this
what
is like
between you and Eva?
What?
Bum bum bum.
Core, fuck off.
This is like when terminally online people try to dissect like in real life situations, and how this is what they look like when they try to do it. They look really dumb.
according to their Twitter timeline, that period apart was at most.
Beaver's Ghosty says in the chat, he says, by the way, this video started to be made in late December. Just Stop had even said that him and Mark aren't really close friends, so what other than views? I don't know if he really cares.
Well,
I agree.
well, if they're not close friends, then this makes no sense at all.
Even if they were close friends, it makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
Go back to the heroin addict example. It doesn't make sense to do something like this. Even if, let me put it to this way, right? Let me put it to this way. Even if I knew a guy if I knew a girl whose husband was beating her, right? And I go to her and I explain to her, oh, that's that's fucked up. You should get out of there. And she doesn't want to listen to me or whatever. My response is not to go and make a video online for people to see, because I am just going to make the situation far worse, because she is involved with an abusive, manipulative person, right? So you take away the abuse, there's still, as he claims, there's the emotional abuse, the gaslighting, the blah, 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 all that bullshit. By making this video, he has the potential to make it far worse, because he believes that this person, the guy, is weak, right? He's a weaker guy who's being taken advantage of by this woman. And you are just adding more friction, more fuel in that environment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the workplace equivalent of jumping on an email and sending out a mass email to the whole company bitching about someone's relationship that you don't think they should be in. It's just fucking stupid. Everyone would just go, what the fuck?
It literally is.
Like, why would you email this to all of us? This could have been a meeting.
No, but it's even worse, right? This is that relationship email, but both of them work at the company.
Yeah,
and you send that email.
on a several-month adventure to various locations, including to Mark's home country, so it most likely was not an adequate enough time at all to reevaluate the relationship. And he was probably vague about this for the sake of making it seem like he put thought into the decision when the timeline goes against it. Speaking of which, we got conflicting dates for when they first met and began dating, so we asked, to which he claimed that they originally met in late 2020, and they've been dating for around a year. But that's not technically true with how much they've broken up and gotten back together. This means that not too deeply into their relationship, 3 to 4 months at the very most, she left him for the creator. Then 2 months later, she cheated on him. Then 5 months after that, not even having a full year under their belt, they married. But of course, that's a ridiculously short time frame considering how much had occurred between it. So prior to the call, I theorized it may have been for the sake of a green card or work visa, as that would make some modicum of sense. So we asked Mark if that was the case, but no, it wasn't. According to him, he was already...
I really hope when he was like figuring out like how long they'd been together that he opened up Microsoft Excel and had a spreadsheet and was like plotting down like, oh well, fuck, that doesn't even add up to a whole year. Like, are we really dissecting how long some people have been dating for? Like,
if I were to put money on it, I'd say that's exactly what happened. Is one of these 3 autists right here, Dapina, Just Stop, and whoever the fuck this is, they fucking put something in the Excel sheet. But and they were like, guys, this just didn't add up.
But the point he's making, like, he defeats his own point, right? The point he's made prior is, fuck, these guys got married so quickly, right? And now he goes and he says, oh, well, they couldn't have just been dating for a year. It had to have been longer. Motherfucker! Anyway, play.
Wait,
getting the work visa and green card.
Actually foreign, or?
She's from Ireland.
Oh, okay. What? Why would you want to come over here? What the fuck? Anyways, go
sorted out through lawyers separately, and that this was entirely for the reason that he loved her. And when asked why he married so early on in their relationship, he said he always envisioned himself marrying early.
Ah, shit.
Ever wish you were faster?
Oh, gold.
Well, that's a kick in the teeth.
Agree. Strongly agree.
I don't even know how to respond to that. Mark, I can understand seeing yourself getting married to someone at a young age, but usually people spend more than...
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Do you have a wish you were Foster?
Google's been reading your thoughts. You've been thinking like, man, I wish I could run, and then the Google algorithm's like, oh yeah, play him that fucking ad with the.
I'm on incognito. Like, what the fuck?
You could have ad block on incognito. What are you talking about? Crazy.
What? What do you mean?
Never mind. We'll talk about it after.
No, I'm not talking about ad block. I'm talking about the ad. I'm on incognito.
Yeah. Why don't you have ad block on?
I don't know how to do that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't either. I've also got payment. Yeah. You poor bitches.
About a year together before getting married. Hell, most wait 2 to 5, a time frame that should most likely reset whenever there's fucking cheating or breaking up involved. That shows the relationship has room to falter. Not to mention, Veronica didn't actually tell Mark about the fact that she cheated until over a week after it happened when someone else pointed it out to him as a possibility. So who's to say it might not happen again and she just won't tell him this time? There's no reason to have done it so early, especially if it wasn't necessary.
The whole point of this video is he wants to meddle with their relationship and like twist it.
So he's upset. He's saying that this woman cheated on him, and yeah, she didn't tell him until a week later when she was confronted about it. No shit.
What?
No shit. What, Cole?
Nothing.
For him to get a green card or work visa. But back to the call, I was upfront about having talked with Smokey about her post, and in return, Mark said, Smokey is literally crazy, literally 100% deranged. However, when we asked for specifics, Mark wouldn't give us any, saying he didn't have to. But Smokey had already publicly stated her distaste for Veronica and expressed information he apparently doesn't want out there, so if she's so crazy and deranged, not to mention someone he's said to have seen every day for several months, why would he hold back any of the crazy experiences he's had with her and warn us about how much of a snake she is? Does Smokey have some kind of dirt on Mark that nobody knows about? Most likely not, considering she was very forthcoming with me about information, and when asked after the call, she told me she had almost nothing but nice things to say about the guy, mainly having issues with Veronica rather than him. So where does this reluctance to say anything come from? Could it be just maybe that he's only been told that Smokey is such a dubious person by Veronica, who has a history of acting underhanded, lying about people when it suits her, and has seemingly badmouthed Smokey to others before? Or potentially he's playing into the idea that Smokey is crazy because his wife has a grudge with her and he knows the information she has, so he calls her crazy to dissuade others from talking with her? It's just a theory, but I think it's a pretty good one.
Mitch?
Yeah?
So if your girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Really hated a bitch.
Who's got all the wildlife going, by the way?
Beavers.
Oh, me.
Okay, yep.
My bad.
Yeah, so if my girlfriend really
Okay,
hated a bitch, yep.
Okay, if your girlfriend really hated a bitch, you don't know that bitch, right?
Uh-huh.
You automatically don't like them. It's just how it works.
Beaver, shut your fucking bird up. Oh my god.
Fine, I'll leave the stream. Bye.
No, don't leave the stream. Just shut the door.
I think he's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, she doesn't really hate anybody. But yeah. Actually, no, she does, and I hate them too. You're right. Sorry, I just had to think there.
And aside from her, when we brought up the testimony and evidence of another person more recently associated with the group Beta's Inferno, Mark interestingly used the exact same method as Veronica, deflecting it to say that Beta shit-talked Daft beforehand, showing that he's adapted some of the same tactics to divert attention away from Veronica. Though again, he wasn't specific about what the insults were, and when we reflected it back onto him by asking if he knew about the shit-talking Veronica had supposedly done when they were broken up, he said he didn't want to hear it. Possibly because he has an idealized version of her in his head and doesn't want it to be broken by hearing about some of the shit she may have done while they were apart. Now, I'm not entirely sure why, but one might feel the need to ask, why does it matter if he gives examples? Maybe he just can't remember. But aside from that being a flimsy argument,
he doesn't want to hear shit talk about his girlfriend. Imagine. Wow. I don't want to entertain you shit talking my girlfriend.
that wouldn't make sense with how close these people were to Mark as friends. If you're going to call someone, quote, literally crazy, literally 100% deranged, you should be able to say how. Otherwise, there's no reason to believe you. Like, for instance, let's use another friend of Mark's that's heavily associated with Veronica as an example for how to do this kind of thing properly. Sunny TM. Told you I was going to bring this back up later. But for those who haven't been paying attention, he was another creator I mentioned back at the beginning of this video, as someone Crowy and Daft were concerned might be negative for Mark to be associated with. Though back then, their concerns only went as far as Sunny leaking Daft's personal script for a project he was working on, but that's barely scratching the surface compared to what I know now. And so in the call, we wanted to make it clear to Mark that he'd done some reprehensible things in and out of video, all while clearly associating with and even mentioning Mark by name as a good friend. This includes his most recent video against Daft, where he brings up a situation with another content creator I also interviewed, Dubus Goobus, as a way of discrediting Daft because he has a plush of Dubus in the back of his set. In the section, he tries to paint Daft as a hypocrite by quasi-associating himself with Dubus by saying that when he was in Sunny's server, he randomly started saying in VC how he hated trans people unprovoked and then made a corporate apology by donating $100 to a trans organization to cover it, later stating how good of a person he was because he's an egotistical maniac. But that's not what happened, as can be seen by the recording of the call that he has archived. Hey, Editing Braxton here for hopefully the last time. The archive video of Sunny's call with Dubus has now been unlisted, which was most likely the—
This is the worst thing in the video, by the way. He's trying to use guilt by association because Ellis Mark has a friend named Sunny who apparently did like some big troll on this guy named Dubus, and somehow Ellis Mark is guilty because he's friends with this guy.
The result of Mark telling Sunny about the call and him realizing how bad it made him look. It'll probably be gone after this video uploads though, so in case you want to hear it, I'll have it in the same drive link below. Also, further doesn't look good on Mark's part and shows what he's willing to excuse, which will be brought up more later. I checked the video out myself, and it starts with Dubus acting incredibly flustered and apologetic, specifically mentioning that a remark he made was transphobic and that he was incredibly sorry.
That was wrong. I should, you know, fucking restart.
Don't get mad at me,
what
bro.
I meant to say was someone who used to, listen, I was thinking of those Tumblr type people. That was wrong. I should, you know, fucking restart. Listen, I'll just admit I said it and say I'm sorry. Is that
Jesus.
better?
To which Sunny in the Discord then proceeded to laugh and claim an apology wasn't enough, and it'd only mean anything if he donated to charity and said so on his Twitter, which he then did.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Admit to your fault and stop saying if.
If it's my fault, I said, listen, what I said was transphobic, and and it was wrong to say, and upon reflection, I am sorry.
Okay. Don't do it again.
Says this laughing occurs while he's out of the call. Dropped on the
I
stream.
said something that's transphobic, and I am very sorry. I legitimately mean it. If you want me to prove it somehow, I'm willing to try. I'm sorry.
I want you to donate $100 to a trans organization.
You fucking madman. You actually broke him. Oh my god.
Yes.
So this is what he is 30 years later. That's what he looks
That
like.
was an
After telling his
emotional
part 30 years
journey.
later.
Doesn't exactly give off the same vibe that Sunny was describing in his video, does it? Hell, it doesn't even have the supposedly transphobic remarks. So I went ahead and asked Dubus himself about the situation, and according to him, he told me that while they were talking in VC, he mentioned offhandedly he was annoyed by always seeing a specific brand of trans people on his Twitter feed that he saw as annoying, clearly not understanding how it could be perceived. Immediately after, though, he realized his mistake and tried to correct it, but Sunny was not listening. He instead, supposedly in the moment, made the situation situation sound as if it was way worse than it actually was, and called the whole Discord in to come and berate him, supposedly telling him to kill himself. Then when he was panicking about accidentally saying something that could be thought of as transphobic, basically suffering a mental breakdown, Sunny in the Discord bullied him into donating the money, gloating about what they'd done after the fact. And this is all with the context that in his most recent video, where he early on says Mark is a good friend of his, he tries to say that Dubas giving the money was just a half-hearted attempt to look noble, rather than the result of Sunny and his Discord mentally breaking Dubas to the point he'd do anything to rectify it, as is shown in the recording. And this has severely affected Dubas, who now has a difficult time making friends. Or really
what does this have to do with LS Mark? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
What does this have to do? Oh,
you gotta get to the 30 minutes.
Shit.
I love how the guy, the guy's like, now he can't make friends.
Yeah, now
somebody
obviously he can't make friends because he's a fucking autist who freaked out because he said something transphobic.
To be fair, right? That guy, you can hear he fucking a fuse blew in that man's head.
Yeah, he was scared, bro. He was scared.
Yeah.
Out of his current circle out of the fear that something like this might happen again. It's so messed up. And we thought Mark would want to know about this because beyond Sunny being a person he heavily associates with, so this could be a good deterrent from continuing that relationship, Mark was also interacting with Dubas recently on Twitter, so this incident could close off a potential relationship he may have wanted to make, all because Sunny wanted to use Mark's name in the same video to say that they were good friends. And we told Mark this exact thing happened, but all he had to say to it was that he never knew, having been told a different story by Sunny. However, he never condemns the action. And not only that, but Sunny was also doing weird shit with another creator, That Creepy Reading, who he sent an unprovoked shirtless picture to saying, I'm coming for you, and was subsequently blocked for. Though once again, Mark didn't have much of a reaction to the news and treated it like just another thing Sunny does. However, it ended up having long-lasting impacts, as after the fact, while Mark was working on his South Park video, he asked TCR to cameo, and while he said yes initially, he later backed out, saying he couldn't be a part of Mark's content if he was going to associate himself with Sunny. And as of recording, Mark is still yet to reply to TCR. So that's one more bridge to add to those that Mark has burned by associating himself with...
Wow. So somebody sent this guy a shirtless photo of himself, right? Which we saw the photo there. It's not even shirtless.
Yeah.
It's just his shoulders, right? He's not wearing a shirt, but it's not like he's showing his stomach and everything, right? And he's coming for you. JFA, the shirtless transphobe is coming for you. And that's why you can't have a fucking snowflake, bro. And Sunny guy just sounds like a troll. Sunny man.
With Sunny and Veronica. And that's not even taking into account that Sunny doesn't seem to care about Mark's opinions, as he expressed in the call that he has lots of grievances with Sunny and the way he makes videos, yet he never listens and goes ahead anyway. So in summary, we have a guy that gloats about being blocked after acting creepy to total strangers, has completely wrecked the mental health of someone and tried to smear them as transphobic despite it all, ignores Mark's grievances, doesn't listen, and lies to him, yet also likes to claim publicly that they're good friends, and drives people he was previously friends with away from him. So why does Mark put up with him again? Is it because he is friends with Veronica? I mean, Sunny's incredibly close with her, closer than he is with Mark even. Might he potentially put up with Sunny's shit for the sake of staying in Veronica's good graces, suppressing his qualms? Or has he become desensitized to it and no longer sees what's so bad about all this? It's very possible. Unfortunately, on my end, I never got to ask. However, I'm not sure what kind of good explanation he could come up with for sticking around beyond, oh, he's nice to me. Too bad for all the people he's fucked over on a psychological level. And that video happened recently, within the last month. It's shit he's still doing. Though if you want to talk about something from the past, as a side note, it's also been said by several people, including moderators, that the reason the Only Place Discord server was deleted was due to him publicly leaking a woman's nudes. But that basically sums up everything important that was stated in the call. And with it, we've reached the present. It's been a month since that call as of the writing of the script, and most likely by now, Mark probably doesn't think anything is going to happen. Or at the least, he doesn't realize that I'm the one who set this all up and made the video. I mean,
that's a pretty fucking dastardly thing to do.
Explicitly told him as much in the call, but I know he didn't believe me because Daft was there, asking him explicitly if he was going to make a video, and in all honesty, I find that a bit insulting. Is it really so hard to believe that this isn't a scheme by Daft, who I just co-opted specifically for that call, but instead a worried gesture from tons of friends that think something is wrong? I know that at the end of the call you told us that you were currently happier than you've ever been, but though it might sound like I'm overstepping boundaries by saying as much, I don't think that's the case. Because as I've outlined in the script, you have pushed away all the people who have tried to point out the truth. You are currently married to someone who, in under a year of dating, you've had leave and come back to you as if it was nothing, cheated on you, which made you question who she even is, and seemingly expected, knowing she's the cheating type, your words not mine, made you feel the need to come back to her without having ample time to think about why you were reluctant to come back in the first place on multiple occasions, alienated you from people you used to be closely associated with, and more. Plus, she's also a liar, a rumor spreader and slanderer, including to ex-partners she's cheated on, is close friends with people like Sunny, who's done some horrendous shit and obviously doesn't value your opinion or thoughts, yet you don't question, possibly because of their association, and despite how happy you supposedly are, You don't want to mention that your relationship exists to pretty much anyone outside of your close friend group. You told us that if we asked, you'd tell, but initially when we did, you got antsy and pissed and completely avoided the question. It wasn't until we said we had proof of it that you finally admitted as much. And if you were comfortable lying to us about that, there's no telling how much else you'd be willing to do. So why are you hiding everything? It'd be one thing if you weren't constantly shoving your marriage in everyone's faces, just letting it be something that was known, but you guys don't mention it anywhere. In fact, you go out of your way to hide it. But you also tweet about how often you're traveling and hanging out together, she does thumbnail art for your videos, you run a whole ass podcast with her, and it's blatantly obvious to a ton of people that you are dating. So why not have the courage to mention you're married or even together? Why go ahead with this marriage before the ceremony when there's no rush for that kind of thing if it's truly based entirely on love? If you're asking me, it goes far beyond just privacy. I think, Mark, that you know how many holes and warning signs this relationship has had from the beginning. So you got married hoping that would solve the blatant issues. But if you announced it to the world, some of your audience might come to the same conclusion and ask why, just like I, Daft, and Crowy did. And you feel uncomfortable confronting that reality. It's why you've pushed all these people away and lied. You go along with Veronica and adopt her patterns to shut out those that might say the truth you're too deeply invested in to confront. You let them just slip through your hands and go away. But with this video, everyone knows. Some of us tried talking to you about this in private when shit was seemingly more manageable and you said it was fine, but god damn it, the longer this has gone unaddressed, the worse it's gotten, so no more holding back. The cat's out of the bag and it isn't going back in. But I'm not mad at you, Mark. It isn't wholly your fault by any means. This is for Veronica.
Yeah, he's gonna be mad at you, though.
Now that it's all been said and done, the one question left to be answered is this. What is it that I and all the other people who have spoken out, been interviewed, or generally helped in the production of this video want by revealing everything here? Well, beyond shedding a light on what both Veronica and Sunny have done to Mark, as well as several other people for completely inexcusable reasons, aside from showing what incredibly toxic behavior looks like in a relationship for those that might need to hear it, mostly we just want Mark to reflect and reevaluate his current situation. Take some time to himself to really figure out if this was the right path for him to walk for so long unquestioningly. And if he comes to think it wasn't the right choice, and he is indeed in a toxic relationship that pushes others away and sinks him into excusing terrible behavior, get away from them so he can think of what to do next. Because that was the original motivation behind this video, to call out to Mark and ask him to not only be straight up with us, but with himself. I've been just stop. You've been informed. Peace out.
And there you go. That's the fucking shitty ass commentary video that was made today. I got everybody talking.
Yeah. Rum in the chat says, working and collaborating heavily with someone means you're clearly dating? Oh, I have news to give her husband. She has news to give her husband. Fuck. Does that make us all Mormons?
Did you switch to the other screen?
Oh, yeah, the other screen, yep.
I don't, bro.
Are you switched?
Yeah.
Can you not just trust him to do his job, Matt?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see a point in making that video. It's really shitty. Well, yeah, he said this. He's releasing this video and then he's done with commentary. I think he should be done with commentary.
Yeah.
I don't think it's his game, personally.
Yeah, I don't think it is either.
Who got the channel thingy? Let's do a poll. Let's see if the audience think it was a good video or not.
All right. Who's gonna do that? Do you want me to do that? I'll do it.
Matthew Peterson.
What?
Make a poll.
I'm making it. Was it a good video? Yes or no? Bang.
No.
No. No, it was not.
Well, I voted yes, and I can tell that the audience are clearly in disagreement.
How would you vote yes?
Oh, yeah.
You psycho. Stop voting yes as a troll, guys.
Everybody vote yes to troll Mitch.
Damn it, Core. What is your problem? I'll fight you.
Mitch.
Let's have a boxing match. I'll fucking fight you.
I love you.
Yeah. So how's your relationship, Core? How's your marriage?
Okay. Why are we talking about my marriage? That's weird.
No, yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It's weird for people to just fucking put the relationship shit out there.
Did I just get owned? Is that what just happened?
No, I wasn't trying to own you. I was trying to own that just talk guy.
Just trying to make a point.
Yeah.
I voted yes, by the way. It was a good video because it was great content to react to. There you go.
Anybody want to call in? Matt's just posted the link in chat.
Yeah.
Come give us your opinion on this.
Join the waiting room and we'll pull you.
I just think it's fucking snaky as shit, bro. To make this video. It's so bad, man. It's like yeah, you had a problem. You think something about your friend, and then you like he clearly didn't want to tell you. This person is supposedly your friend, and so you call them out on a public platform. That's just so weird. Like, what is your intention? You're either fucking stupid, or you were doing it for clicks. And neither of those make you look good. You know? I don't know. We got Ghosty and waiting to call if you want to pull him in.
Sure.
High quality content. Let's go, Ghosty.
Ghosty. I'll give you.
I think Beavers is right. It is stupid and it's just reviews. It's kind of stupid.
What do you mean you think Beavers? We all thought that. Don't give Beavers a credit.
He said it.
Yeah,
so I'm disagreeing with him.
Yeah, you guys didn't say it.
And I gotta say, I know who Just Stop hangs out with, and it's gotten them written all over it. They just wanted this to be out there just to get views and shit. And honestly, it should have been held in private. Yes, it is.
I knew it!
It is.
Wait, Mango was what?
Like, Just Stop hangs out with Mango in that group.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, but it makes sense.
It's so schizo.
I can't believe he fucking started this video in December, bro. By the way, chat, I went and I looked it up. So how long was that video? About what, 30 minutes or so? Plus minus?
Mm-hmm.
So that means that his script, and that motherfucker talks fast. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that means his script was 4,000 words plus.
That's a novella. I'm pretty sure it's legally a novella.
This is so fucking gay, bro.
Almost. A novella is 10,000 words.
And look, I hate to break it to him, but like, and I mean, we shouldn't. But like, men will put up with a lot if it means they're getting good puss.
Like Matt said, look at him, look at her.
Yeah.
Like,
Ghosty. Like if you were pulling a fucking she's not a 9 or anything, but if you were pulling a 9, Ghosty, a 9 or a 10 in your books, are you not willing to put up with a bit of crazy?
Yeah.
For a 9 or a 10?
I'd rather put up with crazy than stanky.
It's like that hot crazy scale from How I Met Your Mother. You're allowed to be X amount of
said,
crazy
"Ouch,
if you're
it
Y
hurts"?
amount of hot.
Exactly. If Amaranth was crazy, I would let her do anything.
The second she gets fat, it's over.
That is Mitch's comment. Okay.
You know, if Amber is hot, as long as she's giving me OnlyFans money, I'm good.
Hell yeah.
I'll be her sugar baby. I'm cool with that.
I don't know.
Rum Dump says
got
they're willing to
Chandra
put up
here
with crazy
waiting.
puss. Lord have mercy. Yeah, all guys are.
Bring in the Chandra, leave Ghosty in here.
But in my experience, fucking crazy ones are always great in bed. Like, it's a rule.
Yeah, Vega would tell you the same.
Who? Vega?
Hello, you little lamb.
Yeah.
Hello. So I have a question basically, if you saw in that and everything, and think about the whole video. How many body pillow waifus do you think they have? All 3 of them.
What?
What?
Body
How many-
waifus. You know,
How many body pillows do you think?
Oh.
they
yeah,
all have?
it's, yeah.
I think it's
Sonny
high
at least
up
has
there.
one.
Nah, I think they have a 10 or something, because when I saw the video, okay, the only thing I think could be very good if they only left all things about the Mark basically, but only used with the Sunny and Daffo, because that is not fun to make someone do that. You know, donate for trans and everything like that. It's like, okay, that's fucking weird. What I say?
mean, in my opinion, they just took someone's troll and made it out to be like a malicious thing when you can tell it was just a clear troll on Sunny's end. Because they're all laughing in the call. Like,
I know.
It's just so stupid.
I know. I think it is stupid too. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
It's literally guilt by association, how everyone says it in this community. But it's literally that's what they're pulling. Like,
Well, that's
Sunny.
the thing. When I was looking at it, when I was watching it, I'm just like, okay, and the guy's a troll.
Exactly.
And then to
But
bring up the, oh my god, whoever that person is, that said they felt uncomfortable because the guy sent them a picture of his face and his shoulders. That person is such a snowflake.
He really is.
He showed me his bare shoulders. Lord,
It's like the
have
equivalent
mercy.
of that gym girl that we were on Dave's show today.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like levels of fucking mental retardation that incomprehensible. I can't bring my brain to that level. Yeah.
Anything else there, Chanry?
Nah, not so much. But I'm gonna say good night to you or good morning because it's very late here in Sweden. I really need to get some sleep.
Go to bed.
Have a good,
But yeah,
go to bed.
yeah,
Have a good one, Chadri.
All right, have a
Bye-bye.
good one.
Is that version 2 Chanry or version 1 Chanry? Because
Ghosty, you got anything else?
Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah,
Have
man.
good.
JFA.
this show sucks. That's all what I'm waiting for.
Why aren't you watching Doc on the radio?
He's just RGR. That's all.
What?
Well, I came crawling.
What?
He came crawling back because he's a little.
You came
bitch.
crawling back. Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Thanks, JFA.
Yeah.
Thanks for the money.
Wait. I just want to know, why did this make news out of everything?
There has been no news, so when this popped up, everybody kind of sprung to action.
Look,
pretty much that. I mean, we're probably gonna do it.
Also, I mean, the guy is a piece of shit as well. I mean,
Yeah.
let's not lie.
I mean, we're probably gonna do a now recording episode on it because I want to watch the interview. I want to go into more about this whole, like, I don't like Dat Pina. I don't like Just Stop. I don't like Mango. I don't like I'm not a big fan of those guys because they pretend to be like above everything, when in reality they're in Discord servers fucking doing dumb shit just like the rest of us, being gay online and stuff. And yeah, they're weird.
Have they called
do gay shit online?
Yeah.
But JFA, you sound like you're speaking to us through a toilet.
Yeah, JFA. Shake your phone. Like shake your phone.
I'm trapped in the locker room, dude. I got pushed in the locker. Can you hear me?
Bro, yeah,
Yeah,
we can hear you
now.
Yeah. Feel sorry for me, guys. Did they do anything to you guys personally? Is my question. I missed the first segment.
No.
Apart from Daft Pina offended me a lot because just of who he is and how he thinks he's the god of
He
animation.
just talks really weird.
Yeah,
all
he
the time.
thinks that his way of animating things is like the way to do it, and anyone else that does anything different.
I'll tell
is
you,
wrong.
right? People think I'm fucking. What's that guy called? Hold on, give me a. Keep talking. I'm gonna find you another video.
I mean, I guess that explains a lot about this stream. Nothing really going on. Kind of disappointed. Can you promise me the next stream will be a little better than this? I mean, the uptake tonight. I mean, dude, donos, you're getting money, and what the fuck, man?
Is this a running meme from JFA?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's been like this for a while.
I think I've known him for over a month now, and like ever since it's just always like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. It's like, all right, cool.
Well, today does suck, so do better.
We will try our best, JFA.
Yeah. We always try.
I believe you this.
All right,
All
JFA.
right, you know what to do. Kick me off.
Yep.
JFA, you are high quality content, and I love you.
He's
All right,
gone.
guys.
I didn't
Is
hear that.
there
I
anything
know,
else?
but he heard me. Yeah, we got Alpha Russ to close it out. I mean,
he's in
come
Hangout.
on.
He's in Hangout. That'd be fun.
Oh,
Yeah, fucking drag him in anyway. Fuck it.
What?
Cora, what did you do?
Core.
I think Alpha Russ left, and Core's gone to click to move him, but because he left at that second, Claw's then misclicked and hit the Hangout room.
bro.
right.
Oh, can we ban Beaverman from our chat?
Sure.
No.
No,
Yes.
it's back.
There, Beaverman, get out of here.
No.
Oh, I was about to talk about Beaverman's message there for a second. Okay, I won't.
You can.
Alpha.
You can. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think Abby Blackbird's coming out with her own show. What do you guys think about that? You gonna watch that?
Yeah,
I think she'll be very entertaining, and I can't wait to watch it.
I was told she was on a show with Van Luke.
Yeah, no, she said she's doing her own show now.
Yeah.
Wait, so what happened to Van Luke and her? Did they get into a fight?
No, I
Probably.
don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know. I just saw. I literally been gone from Discord all day, and literally I just come to the shop from the point server and just literally say, "Oh, Alvarez L. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I did, but I mean, I guess it's
Alvarez L.
Yeah, Alvarez L. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, bro. Kick him from the call.
Thanks.
Kick him from the
Get
call.
the fuck out of here, Alpha. Japanese wrestling sucks. All right, guys.
There's
I
a
think
tweet
that's
just
it.
gone from Keem. He's pissed off at Doc on the radio because they banned him from chat.
Well?
Doc show. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, well.
Keem, if you had more pull, they wouldn't do that.
If you had more than 20,000 subscribers on your second channel, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right, I think we're done here.
Yeah, I think that's it, guys. We're probably going to do a now recording episode on this if it keeps going, if the drama is ongoing. I'm going to go watch the Doc on the radio interview, see how that went. Yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're on our way to 1,000, so hopefully we'll get there soon. And I hope you enjoyed the stream.
Wait,
Ghosty
Ghost is saying
screaming,
wait.
wait.
What?
What? Tomato
What?
Man. Tomato Man
No, we already-
twerked. Great. Cool.
care.
We don't care.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll add them to the compilation video. Okay, bye.
No.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Your wife's pretty hot. By the way, I want your daughter over here as well.